Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Welcome back, Steve. Nomad RVs here in Lakewood, New Jersey. He just built out this awesome RAM Promaster camper conversion, and he's gonna give us a tour today. So join us.
I'm Steve with Nomad RVs. We're here in my shop in Lakewood, New Jersey. Currently we have a client built. This is a brand new 21. She picked it right at the end of last year. Wanted very specific things done to it. This is what we ended up with. To start with, on the outside, there's an Orion roof rack that has two Renogy 175 watt panels for $350 total, and also has a Fiamma F45S manual awning. She wanted a sliding window, so this one was cut out and added. Behind that, she wanted a single campside sliding window over her bed, and then there was no windows in the back. We just added factory windows. She was looking to get in a little bit easier, so on the driver's side and passenger side, we added running boards for her. Why don't you come on inside? Up front, she wanted a single swivel seat, followed by center galley kitchen. There's a dinette directly behind that, which converts into a bed for a child. An adult can actually fit. Underneath that is a access to the garage, also for her dogs. We'll explain that a little bit. There is a rear bed, a TV that swivels, which was important for her. So this can swivel out to the seat that swivels. It can swivel back for when she's sleeping, or of course with the dinette. You know, this does lock close, so it doesn't move while you're driving. We'll step back up front to go a little bit more detail of everything. Her main goal was really not seeing any metal. She wanted a very clean look, so we added a step to cover all the metal there. It also acts as a spot for your heels or feet while you're sitting in the passenger seat. Behind the driver's seat is room for the table mounts, so it's all tucked away nicely. She's big into wood, so she wanted a butcher block top. It also has a bamboo cutting board and a rather deep sink, actually. Followed by, she was very interested in having a nice, super shiny ceiling. This is all pine, tongue and groove. It's only 1/4 inch, so it's actually super lightweight, which is big when you're doing these conversions. And like I said, high gloss finish on that. You know, behind the kitchen, we wanted a nice tile finish with whites and grays. You can kind of see the theme going throughout with the cushions and everything. Tie it all in. The undermount lighting for the kitchen, which is on a dimmer, and also the dimmer switch for the lights in the whole entire ceiling. These buttons here is one for a 12-volt hot water heater, which you will see in the back later, and for the water pump, along with your Renogy inverter charger 3000 watt button there, and some more outlets for you. Over the top, we have 12 by 12 cabinets. We finished the insides very nicely for her. You know, again, the idea for her was not a van. She wanted very home-like. You know, and more cabinets inside here. That little funny thing, to get the most room out of these vans, to bump the walls as much as we can, there is a funny transition there from RAM, so that covers that up. She does like greenery, so there is a shelf on the side of this cabinets here for a small little plant. She has lights here, 12-volt reading lights, both sides. Also has USB hookups for phones, iPads, and some sort of that stuff. Underneath her bed, as always, it's always slatted for us. Keep the airflow and everything. No mold, no issues. This is a full-size mattress. It is 54 by 75, like residential size. Able to get that by bumping out both sides of the van to give that extra room. This is all nickel gap, shiplap, very clean. She wanted everything white, clean, lines. You can't really tell, but maybe you can for me. This line up top here goes perfect to the wall line. We make sure all our lines, everything is, you know, where it should be. We don't overlap everything. We want it to look, you know, meant to be. Additional storage finished throughout, again, with nice lockable, stuff don't fall out. Another bigger shelf this time for more plants or knickknacks of her likings. You know, and then we brought over the top here to try to get rid of as much metal as we can, which is basically all of it. And then we wrapped the front section there at the B pillar for her. And down in here, we trimmed out everything. The hide all the metal for her and keep it all nice and pretty so it looks more like a home. Down below the passenger side bench, we do have a pull-out Dometic toilet. You know, this is mostly for emergencies, you know, when needed. It's not necessarily all the time. She does plan on being camped 99% of the time, where she'll use the campground facilities, but she did want an option. Underneath the bench on the other side is additional nice deep storage where she can fit quite a few things. The cushions are 4-inch thick, high density foam, wrapped in a felt-like material. Actually, you won't be able to tell, but they're quite soft. We have a local guy that does it for us. We give him his dimensions and he just meets our demand, ever-growing demand. And then on this side, there is more storage, also a DC to DC 60 amp charger from Energy, and a couple of the pipes, if you need access to it, that go towards your sink. On the roof ceiling, we have a Max Air fan, 7500K, in out, basically the fan everyone's using. You know, we do have, probably skip the kitchen a little bit, all drawers throughout. On this side, there is a 6-gallon gray tank in here for the sink. And then you have the Dometic CRX 80 with vent on top to keep everything running smoothly. So up above me, we have the Dometic RTX 2000, which is a 12-volt air conditioner. It's about 6,900 BTUs that runs directly off your 400 amp hour batteries that you'll see in the back. While she's plugged in on shore power, the inverter charger will be keeping track of that battery power and keeping it charged at all times while she's camped. She was, the reason she didn't get a cheaper AC is because she does not plan on always being at campgrounds, and she wanted the option to have at least 6 to 8 hours of, you know, cooling power for her 3 dogs. She'll get more than that out of this, but she wanted, you know, a safety net for that reason. There is no heat in this one. She didn't request it. She's decided, you know, there is room to add one in the future. She wasn't up for it at this point. You know, being camped, she does plan on doing a space heater or a 12 volts blanket, and everything here is insulated double wall. It's Thinsulate 600, and we do double throughout everything. Underneath the flooring is 1/2-inch polyiso, the 3/4-inch floor, and then 100% waterproof laminate flooring. And we'll take you out back to show you into the garage. This was left completely open. Client requested again for that. We do have the option of closing that off. It is getting dog cages back here, so she was not really interested in getting it closed off. She wanted access if need be. That's also the reason for the big door up front, so she can slide a dog cage in and out, or have one dog cage facing backwards, one facing forward for her animals. Over on the passenger side, she was interested in having a full outdoor shower hookup. It is hot and cold water. If she's not using a campsite facility, she has that option. There is the gravity fill, and then your drain for the tank itself. It is a 30-gallon water tank, which is plumbed to a 12-volt, 2.5-gallon imported hot water heater, which does have a ball valve to drain that and all your low points for your plumbing for winterizing. When you get to the driver's side, you have that Renogy inverter charger, the 2 Enduro 200s for 400 total amp hours lithium. As always, I do the Victron Lynx distributor for all my fusing, and then go with my Blue Sea on-off, you know, main fuse, Blue Sea fuse panel for 12 volt, and then the Renogy 40 amp solar controller, which is for those 2 350 watt total power of solar. And if need be to do any work, you can always turn those power off to the solar and kill your system if need be with the switch. Do what you got to do, put everything back on, and a nice little easy LED garage light. Now from the driver's side, which is always utility side when you're camped in a campground, she does have her cable hookup for her smart TV if she wasn't streaming from her phone, and then her shore power hookup. And then below her door is her other step to get inside.
Steve, thank you very much for taking the time today to give us a tour of your beautiful creation. Can you walk us through the process when a customer wants to have a custom camper van built with your company?
Sure. So to start off, it's quite easy. Call or email me. There's always a contact form on our website, which is Nomad RVS or nomadrvs.com. From there, it's easy to see. Most people have ideas. Send me a couple pictures, rough ideas, even just write it out for me. I'll ballpark it. We'll get you on the phone. We'll give you an idea. When it's custom, it's not following my floor plans that are out there. I just need more of an idea. Once we get that, I can get you a rough range. If things start making sense, we start narrowing down, truly what you want. What's your actual vision? What's your actual plans on using it? So I can figure out electric, solar, and so on, layout, and then we can really start narrowing down the price. Once we're narrowed down the price, we get you on the schedule with a $1,500 deposit. Roughly 4 to 5 weeks out from where we're going to start, we need the remaining 50%. So it's the 50% of the total price minus the $1,500 deposit. That'll get you all the materials and get you going. As we go through the process, you're getting emails, pictures, or texts. I'm pretty terrible, where I'll always give my cell phone out so we can communicate super easily. So you're always involved throughout the entire process. When the build reaches the 50% mark upon completion, there's a 40% payment due. Everything gets finished up, and then 10% when you pick it up and you go camping and enjoy your life. Currently, the client is supplying the vans. We do have what we're calling spec builds. We have floor plans that we're building out on certain chassis, putting them up for sale. We do have ones lined up that if someone wants to reach out, depending on their timeline, it might work out where they want to grab one of my chassis that I have at a dealer for me. Currently, it's only Mercedes that I have those lined up. There's about 5 left for this year as far as 22s lined up. There is a 3 4x4s, one's a 144, 2 170s, and then 2-wheel drives, one 144 and one 170. Basically fully optioned out. I choose a color, and we put everything maxed out option-wise in those, so they are, not necessarily on the lower end, but they're great, being optioned out with the 10.25 inch screens and 360 cameras and all those if you wanted that Mercedes. It's actually coming up in another video fairly soon. There'll be an indoor shower. Actually, 2 builds have indoor showers. So we do have those options. If the client wants one, we do have tons of toilet options. There's plenty out there, plenty of domestics. If you want a composting toilet with Nature's Head, something like that, we do have those options without a problem. We can do the full gray water tanks for underneath the van, which Sprinter, that's going to be coming up soon for a video. You'll see that in there. So we have options, plenty of options for you.
And I know you mentioned the website earlier, but I'm sure people are going to want to follow you on social media as well to check the progress of these builds. How would they follow you along that way?
So easiest is either Facebook or Instagram. Facebook is Nomad RVs, and Instagram is Nomad_RVs.
Always a pleasure, Steve. Thank you very much. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. I love it. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.